Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome to Thursday night's Messages of Love from Above. Hope you have had a wonderful day or night wherever you're at in the world. And I'm excited to see what messages from Spirit come through this evening for us all. Before we get started, I do want to send love out to the world. So if you would like to join me in doing that and magnify it, I, of course, more than welcome that, whether you're watching this on replay or live, because we can join together and send that out outside of space and time. So I'm going to take a big deep breath and just come back to right here, right now. Just allow that love to flow down into our heart, fill us up, and overflow out to the world, just surrounding the globe in a giant, giant bubble of love, allowing that to fill any heart that is ready to move into unconditional love. Send comfort and peace and gratitude to the world. And if you yourself are in need of love for your heart, for your body, for your mind, for a loved one, a relationship, or a situation, whatever it may be, we send love to you right now as well. Just take it in like a giant hug from the spirit world. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me in doing that and allowing me the space for that as well. And so before we get into the actual readings, I do want to make sure everyone knows about I do have a weekly giveaway on Mondays. And to celebrate reaching 1,500 YouTube subscribers, I'm having a special drawing over the next 3 weeks. In addition to having a 1 hour personal recorded reading as part of the giveaway, I'm actually adding in 5 15-minute personal recorded readings as well. So 6 people will have a chance to win, for that. And here is the link for that video. If you're interested, make sure to check it out. Also posted a pick a card yesterday morning. So there's a fresh one out there about what belief is asking to be transformed. So what personal belief? There's the link to that. Of course, we are in March. If you haven't checked out your March monthly reading, here's the playlist. It is by each individual zodiac sign. And if you've checked out your sun sign for the overall picture, you can pinpoint it if you're looking for what about love. You can check your Venus sign if you want to know about your emotions, your moon sign. If it, like in relation to a male or female energy, can do Mars or Venus, depending on which one. So there's a variety of different ways you can look if you know your different planets in your birth chart and know what each of those represent. You can check out that planet as well and get a little bit of a skinny on that. So that is what we have there. Let me go ahead and get my desktop set up here, and we will get into the readings. If you're new to my channel or to these readings, how we handle the free readings is I do go down in order in the chat. First come, first serve. There's no special list. That is the list. So as you look at that, that is how I go down those. And if you don't want to put your personal business out there, you can ask for a general reading. Spirit knows what you're wanting, and that's where it's coming through. So you can just do that as well. If anyone makes a donation, I do step outside of the free readings to honor that energy exchange. So I step out, complete those. I go deeper into those. The free ones, I usually do 1 to 2 card readings for those. But for the donation readings, I do honor that energy and go deeper into that as well. And once I complete it, I go back in order uh, where I left off of the free readings and continue down the chat list. Um, what else? Anything else? I don't know if there's anything else. I think that's it. Oh, how to make a donation. You can use the super chat at the bottom of the screen. YouTube does take about a third of it for administrative fees. But if you want to make a donation another way, like Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, or Square, I have that linked in the pinned comment at the top of the page, and then also in the description box of the video. So that is how it works. That's the skinny. We will get into the readings. I am using the Good Tarot for this evening. It's all of it's great tarot, but this one's named the Good Tarot. And we will jump into the readings. I don't have any donations yet, so we will start at the very top, which is Spiritual Gifts Diva. So you are up first, and you would like to know messages from Rishikesh's subconscious mind. So let's take a look here. What a great question. What's going on there in that subconscious mind? That the higher self, that's where the higher self, like our soul connection is. So this will be like from their that viewpoint coming in here. And it seems like here that they are in a kind of a crossroads. The Two of Air, which is the Two of Swords, is normally they're standing in between two decisions, going back and forth between head and heart, head and heart. On one side, they've got the Seven of Wands, which is they see you as someone that stands out, someone that's above on a hill. And so they see you kind of like higher than them. They see you almost on a pedestal, kind of in a way, which, yeah, I know can be kind of unhealthy at times, right? But it's nice that they see you and they recognize your gifts and your abilities, your beauty. They just see you in a really big light. And this is the subconscious, right? So this is all bubbling down below the surface that they see you in this way. And then also the Five of Pentacles comes in here. Definitely fits in with here because the Five of Pentacles represents this transformation going through underneath the surface that is they move from these feelings of lack and these feelings of abandonment. It would be the feelings of feeling low, like in the Seven of Wands, where they've been left behind out in the cold. They've trusted people in the past, and so they have this protection, these walls that are built in their subconscious where they don't want to trust others, other humans, because they have let them down. And so they have these feelings of lack, these feelings of abandonment from other humans. And that's what's holding them back from taking any action, from really stepping up in different ways. And they're dealing with it. That five is a good number because it is the number of change. So they do have this transformation that's happening. And so the messages from them are, there's not action being made. They think highly of you, but I got my own stuff I'm dealing with. And I'm not able to join you on top of that hill when I don't think I'm worthy of being up on that hill with you. So there's this underlying subconscious that keeps them, there's like this energy barrier that's keeping them, from taking action in the outside world. So that's what they have for you right now, Spiritual Gifts Diva. So I know when we go into that subconscious mind, who knows what we'll find. So you were very brave, and that's what they have for you. So many blessings for you. All right, so we'll continue moving down the list. We got Esmeralda, good to you. And you'd like to know what are Z's thoughts and feelings towards you. All right, let's take a look here and see what does Spirit want to know. All right, these two, huh? Let's see here. Well, I got the feelings. The Four of Water would be cups, so definitely this is the feelings. And the Four of Cups represents, usually there's like three cups that someone is really bored with because it's the love they've had before that hasn't made them feel full. And so the feelings they have is like, maybe you are the one that's going to make them feel full emotionally if they let you in. But the whole thing with the Four of Waters is about It's emotional balance. And, one of the big things we learn, of course, in this life is when we look for our emotional fulfillment outside of us, it's going to fall short, right? We cannot make someone happy, and no one can make us happy. We find true happiness by turning inward. That's where emotional balance comes from, because the Ace of Cups is actually the chalice. It's the Holy Grail, which is from the heavens. It's full of the unconditional love of the higher realms. It's what we're truly thirsting for. The other three cups don't fill our thirst. It, makes us feel still thirsty after we drink. It's like drinking a really salty soda, and then you're like, to quench your thirst, but then you're even more thirsty after you drink it, right? And that's kind of what happens when we look to the outside world. So this is their feelings, though. They're thinking maybe this one fourth time's a charm, but just be prepared for that on the journey, because you're not going to be able to make them happy on the inside. They're the ones that have to choose that, right? As well as you're the only one that can make yourself happy. The thoughts, we have the Wheel of Fortune. Again, they feel very fortunate that they towards you and who you are, and they feel like the Wheel of Fortune's turning, and they feel like it's going to turn towards something that again feels completing. Both emotions and thoughts, both of these have this energy, because 10 being an ending and a new beginning, it's like this fullness. They're like, you are the one that will make them feel all this way, both in mind and in emotion. But the whole thing with all of that, you know, whatever that we are seeing in someone else, whenever we ask, what does this person think about me and seeing me and blah, 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 we're a mirror. And so they're going to see themselves. A important question that I really feel Spirit is nudging towards is to, what are your thoughts and feelings about you? What are you looking for from Z? What are their thoughts and feelings? What are they going to do for you? Um, because they're looking in a mirror and they're going, I see a tall, dark, and handsome person. And it's like, what are you talking about? I'm blonde, And it's because they're seeing themselves, right? That's what, would happen. So Spirit is kind of nudging you during this time, especially Pisces season. They're very much about inner reflection. Look within you. What are your thoughts and your feelings towards yourself? That is what you can handle. That is what you are seeing. When you look at them, what thoughts and feelings do you have towards them? Because they're a reflection of you. So what in them um, are you seeing about yourself? So I feel like this is what they're kind of zeroing in here with the energies of the cards and the answers coming in, which I know what our human side wants is something different. We want all these details, but Spirit will always tell us what we need in this moment. So in this moment, that is what they have for you, Esmeralda. I would apologize on their behalf, but I know for a fact it's for your greatest good. So that is what they have. Many blessings for you. Candy World, you'll be the next free reading coming up, but I do have a donation. Thank you so much, Christy, for your generous donation. Always appreciate you. And let me take a look here. Let's see, did you... Okay, yep, there you go. So a general reading. Let's take a look here and see what Spirit has for you. I have some oracle over here, and I'm really being drawn to this enchanted map oracle. And let's take a look and see, what does Spirit have for you right now? All right. Yay! You got cleaning house. Card number 37. Boom, boom. And of course, that adds up to 10, which is endings and new beginnings. I imagine this is about, some people are going to be on the chopping block. Let's take a look here. It says it's time to clear the clutter to make way for better things. So when you see the cleaning house card in a reading, it's time to declutter your life. Get rid of unwanted things in your physical home and release what you no longer want or truly need. Is there any unfinished business you can address? Thoughts, memories, and emotional baggage can be swept out of your house as well. Your conscience must be clear for you to move freely in the world. Celebrate a spring cleaning and feel the freedom as you make way for much better things. Look at what you've resisted discarding and be honest about its value. Be honest. Clean house. These do have a reversed meaning to them, which I like to read in case there's anything that also resonates. And it says, why do you hold on to things that remind you of the past? Is your home cluttered with objects that bring up unhappy memories? Do you have a tendency to attract broken people who need to be fixed? I was guilty of that in the beginning. If you're involved in this type of emotional project, stop right now and clean house. Being needed isn't going to get you what you really need. That is for sure. That said, even if you initially resist letting go of excess physical or emotional baggage, you'll feel amazing afterward. Let go and let the universe bring you something better. Make space. The universe doesn't like a vacuum and will respond to your house cleaning by filling your home with what will best serve you. And in this case, a vacuum, not like I'll jump on that one. The universe doesn't like me vacuuming, but it means a vacuum where we only want things coming in. We don't want things going out, which is a great big message lately, even with finances and different things. It's flow. It's about letting things go to allow things to come in, not being a clog, you know. So we can get into this mindset of I have to hold on to these things, but it's like, let me give stuff away, and then this flow comes in and there's this beautiful flow that happens, which is important in our bodies, in our world, in our minds, everywhere, right? So I do like that for you. And let me just, I'm going to pull a couple uh, tarot here too. One, two, three. All right. Yeah. All right. So you've got the Queen of Fire, right? The Queen of Fire. So definitely there's this energy coming in here, this fiery, springy type of energy to super focus, which you have the total ability to do, and as well connect to the spirit world because she also has a lot of water within her. So you've got fire and you've got water, and then you have the King of Earth, which has, of course, Earth, and then also all the kings have air. So you have all four elements coming in here, a wonderful balance, a wonderful cleansing. The King of Pentacles believes in abundance, understands what brings that true fulfillment. So I love the combination here because all of the elements exist here with also the star card, which is wish fulfillment and hope and balance as well. They very much are balancing chakras, balancing energies. And so I like all this coming in because there is this, I feel like it's just a very balanced approach right now to all of this. And I just feel like there's whatever feels out of balance in your life, whatever feels cluttered, it's this cleansing to get everything into its four equal parts, four different elements, four different seasons, four different, it just feels such a balancing energy that's coming in with this. So wherever is out of balance, it's because there's too much of something, and that's where the clutter needs to go. That's where things need to flow. So if you feel like things are weighed in a different direction, give in that area, release in that area, because it's going to bring this balance in for you. And if that requires a vacuuming, I know I got to vacuum. Got to vacuum this rug down here. Now that I look at it, maybe that was a hint from spirit. Hey, you need to vacuum. But that's what they have for you, Christy. Again, thank you so much for your donation, and many blessings to you. All right. So we had left off with Candy World, and you want to know, will the Gemini ever ask you out? Let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know about this Gemini? Let's get some clarification here. Anything else? All right. Well, I do have the Six of Air, which is movement of communication. So I feel like there will be communication. And it's so funny, hanging out. Well, here's the hanged man, you, which is, of course, patience. It will happen. It's going to just take a little bit of time. So have patience with it for the hanging out with the hanged man, because the sun comes up here, which is victory and brightness, and it'll be the right timing that will come in here. So I can't make that up, that the hanged man comes out around your hanging out with the Gemini question. So I feel like it will. It's just going to be a little bit of time. Just trust it. It's worth the wait with the sun being there. But yeah, I mean, I definitely feel like it will. But something about the sun, I know spring pops out here on around the 20th. So I feel like, although daylight savings time, daylight happens this next Sunday. So I really feel that it's going to be sooner than later that they'll communicate with you, though, and they'll want to hang out. So I like that. Just that hanged man represents patience and slow, unfolding, seeing things from a higher perspective. So that's funny. But that's what they have for you, Candy World. So I look forward to it. Yay, Christy. All right. Eliza, hello. You want to know, what is the problem of R to A that they're talking about? So what is going on between the two? What's their problem? What is their problem? What does Spirit want you to know? All right. Anything else? They have the Ace of Pentacles that's coming in here. The Ace of Earth, which represents abundance, represents new opportunities, new wealth in the outside world. So they're talking about money. You're talking about possessions. They're talking about their wealth and the splitting of things. So that's what the problem that they're talking about here. There's this definitely, it's all about the money, the abundance, the security, like it says, the possessions, about the newness. What is going to happen? Where is it going to go? Who's going to get what? That type of stuff is what I feel is coming in with that card there. Isn't that what most problems are? It's either money or sex or I think that's it, right? It all comes down to that. But that's what they have for you, Lisa. So many blessings to you. All right. Yeah, I hear you, Christy. I hear you. I mean, I think we all are. I think we all start up out of balance in our lives, because we're so one-sided. We're filled with so much fear. We're so much supposed to's and shoulds and need to's and have to's that it takes a lot of connecting to that unconditional love from above to just, and, at the same time throwing these fears out while bringing in more unconditional love thoughts and beliefs. It's like you work on bringing in this and getting rid of more of this to bring back, those balancing things. So I get you. I think we're all start off. I think we come in balanced and then quickly go out of balance with our childhoods. So yeah, you're definitely not alone. All right. Hey, soul meets Zoe to the E. Why are you feeling vibrating sensations in your left foot lately and weird buzzing and heaviness in the top of your head? Almost if you're ready to go into a trance. All right. Well, when we talk about physical things, I always have to throw out there that tarot should not replace going and, licensed medical professionals or counseling or anything like that. It's supposed to be meant for entertainment purposes, and everyone, of course, individually makes their own decisions about their lives. So that said, we'll pull cards here to see what Spirit has to say around these things, but we have to do those disclaimers here in the United States because we don't, the FDA or whoever decides all that stuff, they don't, they have not authorized this as a valid resource. All right, let's take a look here. Okay, well, how funny. This is what I was just talking about with Christy, with being out of balance, and that there's these balancing that is coming in for you here with the Justice card. Let's see if it'll. There it goes. So we start off out of balance, and here's the Ace of Swords connecting us to the capital T truth, allowing things to unfold. If you see 1111 a lot, especially around these vibrating sensations. And all of this, I feel like it's your energy that's increasing here, especially when your other card is the moon. Got two major arcana, which this is about being drawn and connecting to the vibrational energies. And if you notice it, is it around certain moon signs that are happening too? The moon changes every 2 to 3 days, and so you might want to track it if it's happening intermittently. If it's consistently, well, then, that's something different. But if it's intermittent, you might check in to see what moon energy you're connecting with, because I was just reading about astral traveling and astral projection. And sometimes, like when we're ready to go and go visit other realms, we start, one of the things they talk about that happens when you're getting into the mode, like you're boarding your astral body, ready to head off to check out some other places. We have these vibrating sensations and the buzziness as well. The heaviness is usually, they even talked about that and being over your entire body, though it's usually when you're in a relaxed state. So I don't know if you're standing up when all this has happened or not, but definitely with these cards here, it seems like it has to do with a spiritual being drawn, and they want you to come visit. So it sounds like your astral body aeroplane is boarding, and they're calling your number for you to head off. So definitely, of course, outside of, if you have concerns medically, go get it checked out. But also look into astral travel, astral projection, and see if any of that resonates for you. So I like that for you, Zoe. Maybe I've been looking into it because I do have lucid dreaming. Lucid dreaming is when we're still in our bodies. We're not going onto our astral out of body experience, but you like fly and you can make choices in your dreams. So that's lucid dreaming. But astral travel and astral projection is when we actually go outside of our mind and our subconscious, and we're kind of going out here to go visit. So I like that, Zoe. So let us know what's going on there. I would be love to hear about it. All right. Very cool. All right. So very cool. And so Rhonda, or Love Kind, you are up. And what do you need to be looking for this week coming up? All right, let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know about this week coming up? All right. Oh, got a lot of Earth happening here. So the Three of Earth, of course, the Three of Pentacles is about staying true to your authentic self, whatever is coming forward. It's a week of really being true to you and try not to get swayed off because of the fear of, um, you know, letting someone down, that someone would reject you because you're not doing what they want you to do, or that support would be pulled away from you if you don't do what they want you to do. It is very much a message from spirit about being true to your authentic self and your authentic path. The five of earth, the five of pentacles, does represent, it's the feelings of lack being transformed. It's the feelings of abandonment or being left behind or out in the cold, um, being transformed, like I said, to realizing that it's not humans that bring us what we need in each moment, but creator, source, mother and father of all things, whoever it may, whatever you believe your higher power to be. And I feel like the combination of these two cards together is bringing to kind of the forefront that there are some fears of being abandoned and having support ripped out from underneath you if you don't do and become what people want you to become, right? It's like there's this excitement about stepping out, going, I'm going to be me. And if that means that you hate me, then you hate me. And if it means you leave my life, it means you leave my life. If it means you pull away your support, it means you pull away your support. But that's okay, because I expect that from humans. Because when humans go into fear, we talk about they go into their cat mind, they just go into the self preservation mode and they rip stuff back. That's where we have those fears of abandonment and those fears of being left behind or out in the cold because it's happened to us from humans. But Creator, they will never do that to us. They love us unconditionally, they love us eternally. They will always bring us what we need in each moment. And we can trust that because we wouldn't be here right now, right? Because we would have not had everything we needed and we would have been, not here. But because we're watching this video or you're watching this live, you can trust the creator that you're going to have everything you need. And the spoiler alert around the Five of Pentacles is that they always want to give us more than what we need anyway. I talk about it being like a spoiled, but a grandparent who spoils us. Our parents might tell them no more sweets for them, and then grandma goes, "Come here, just go outside and eat this. They won't see it." It's like they want to give us more above and beyond than what we just need. So there is this transformation coming up that stay true to you. Know that your sustenance doesn't come from humans; it comes from someone higher, and it'll come in out of the blue. You know in ways that you have no idea of what's happening. Like today, I had ordered a hoodie with a new design, which I'll be announcing soon. I really love it. But instead, they sent me a long sleeve shirt instead, and so I was like, oh, I didn't like the grittiness of the print. Anyway, when I saw it on the color shirt, that color of the hoodie I was going to get, and they were like, "Oh, we're sorry, we can refund you or resend you another one." I'm like, "Oh no, just go ahead and refund me the money on it." And um, like, what I do with this shirt? And they were like, "Oh, you can just keep it or donate it." And I'm just like, "Well, I'll just keep it and wear it." And and so I got a free shirt because of someone else's mistake. But is it a mistake or is it the universe helping out? And so there's these kind of things that will happen where we're like, wow, but we can trust, we build this trusting relationship. So that's what they have for you right now, Rhonda, love kind. So that is what they have for you. Mm. uh, yeah. Well, yeah, so definitely it seems like you know, be you, be true to you and do what you're wanting to do, you know. Um not because of what you feel other people will think and what will happen? It's like, you know what? I'm going to do what I'm going to do for me. And I love that for you, for your message, because you definitely deserve that. So that is what they have for you, Rhonda. Much love to you and hang in there. All right. So, Rose, you are up next. And you'd like a general reading. So let's, ooh, okay. Cards come flying out already. Let's see what we have here. All right. Well, you got two major arcana coming in here. You do have the patience card that came out first, which is about balance and waiting, trusting that what is meant for you is going to be coming towards you. You know, you have the star here, and then you have the star card here, which is about wish fulfillment and hope and connecting to your higher self, and just a lot of beautiful, hopeful, bright energy that comes in there. But it is a card of balance too, and so is the patience card with temperance. Temperance card goes back and forth. Usually has two cups that it's like it takes time for things to unfold and for things to create and for things to come to fruition, because it's based on the alchemy of turning a certain metal into gold. And it starts off, of course, in this cup, not gold. They pour it into here, it becomes a little more like gold. They pour it back, even a little more like gold. And each time they move it from cup to cup, and these switches and these shifts happen, it starts becoming where eventually they pour it and it's da-da, it's gold. And so I feel like that's what they have going in here, even with a big, huge gold coin back here, gold star. So definitely there's this message of just trust that everything is unfolding. It takes time for things to come to fruition of whatever this wish fulfillment that you're wanting. And so just take time understanding that the process, if you want the end result, it takes time to get there, but enjoy the journey, enjoy the process. While you're waiting for things to unfold, just turn inward and really grow that self love. Focus on you, focus on raising your love vibration, because that's what draws things that are aligned to us faster. Because when we're in our lower vibration, we're drawing in things of the lower vibrational world that are not in alignment with where we're wanting to head. They become anchors. They become like one of those ball and chains, or chains that keep us bound into a lower vibrational energy instead of breaking free from them and moving into a higher vibration, a higher love. So that's what they have for you right now, Rose. I like it. So many blessings for you. Esther E., you are up next. Mm. Yeah, it is conflicting. Um, yeah. So if you're conflicting because you're thinking that you need to be there for your son, I can understand that. But maybe your son wants to be able to be alone too, maybe. But I know, just give love. That's all you can do anyway, right? Is just give love. And if you are honest and just share with them, just say, I love you and I want to be here for you. I'll be back on this day. So if you need anything, call me, they'll understand. And if they don't, that's their journey, right? So you can't save everyone. I know, but I want to save my baby. Oh, Rhonda. All right. Esther E., you are up. So what is June going to look like for you, and what should you expect? I don't know why I thought June was the name of someone. Wow. So is someone named June coming in across your path in June? Let's take a look here. Do you have an old friend named June, or a cousin named June, or someone named June? They might be coming to visit you. But what does it look like for you, and what kind of energies does Spirit want you to be aware of? So you do have the Seven of Earth, the Seven of Pentacles, which represents a normally it's like a change, I mean, a patience card, but it also can be a change of path, which, like, it says, like, what's the last thing that grows on a fruit tree is the fruit. But I feel like by June, there's some fruit that has shown itself that you're not too impressed with, or that you're like, yeah, you know what? I really don't want an apple orchard. I think I want guacamole. So I'm going to switch this up and I'm going to trade it in for an avocado tree orchard instead. So I feel like June is a month of a changing where you're changing it because you're just not happy with what you're getting from something. It could be a relationship, a friendship, it could be a job, education. It could be a home. It could be a possession, a vehicle. It could be anything in the outside world because it's the earth energy. So it's all out there. You also have the two of fire, the two of wands, which tells me that also with the two choices to be made, it has to do with the energy where you're investing it and where it's going. Um, so you do get to choose what you attract into your life in June as well. There's this message with the Two of Wands, the Two of Fire, which is whatever you focus your energy on is what grows and expands and comes into your life because like attracts like. So when we focus on what we're grateful for, what we do want to have come in, focus on unconditional love and joy and peace and laughter, and all that grows and expands. However, if we are focusing in on what we feel is missing in our life, then more missingness comes in. If we focus in on what we don't want in our life, we draw more of it in. If we are focusing on what we fear is going to leave our life, we kind of repel it with our energy. And if we fear something will come into our life, yep, you guessed it, we're all, come here, because we're giving energy to it. And so when we move from focusing on this to focusing on that, this diminishes and falls away, and this is attracted and comes to us. So I feel like that is what Spirit is wanting you to know. But I still think someone named June, you're going to come across them in June. It's really standing out, and they're like really going, don't forget that, don't forget that. So I'm reiterating that for you. So if there is someone, I feel like it's someone from your past too, for some reason, but that is what is coming for you right now, and that's what they want for you to know. So many blessings to you, Esther. All right. Your grandbaby's name is Mila June. Esther, are you going to babysit Mila June? All right. Too funny. All right. So many blessings to you, Esther. And Stargirl, you're up next. You want to know that Aquarius intentions towards you. Let's find out that Aquarius energy, I tell you. I always pick on Aquarius because I am one, and we love to be picked on. We love to be weird and strange. Obviously. All right. Let's see what we got here. So we do have this, you have the 14 patience, which is temperance, and the 4 of fire, the 4 of wands. There's this 4 of fire can be celebration, joy, gatherings, can be commitment and wedding, but I don't feel so much that that is like an intention, at least a conscious intention of this. I feel like with the patience card here and the alchemy of it is that they want to grow. They want to have this joy, this celebration, and see what comes of it because of that alchemy that's coming in again with the patience card. The tempering is the alchemist, where they go back and forth between things to create something new, to see what unfolds. And it's like, I almost feel like, not like they're a weird mad professor, but they feel like they go, I want to see what becomes of this. I'm really intrigued, and I want to, they have enjoyment. They're enjoying your company, but I feel like they want to just see what is created from it, and they don't have a whole lot of parameters around it. They're just like, where are we going to go? What is it going to be? How is it going to unfold? Which is very Aquarian energy too. So I like that. I like that for you. Hopefully, you like that for yourself. If not, well, it's your choice, right? You can be like, nope, I don't want to be no lab rat. And that's not the way they look at it. They look at it as something magical, like a magic potion they're putting together. And they want to see what magic comes from this. So I like it. And that's what they have for you, Stargirl, right now. Kind of a little, um, I want to say, shadowed on the exact intentions, but their conscious intentions, I don't feel like they have a whole lot of them. They're more of on an adventure regarding you. So that's what they have. All right. That's right, Morg. All right. Very good. Many blessings to you. All right, Ms. Dra, you are up next. Need like a spirit message. So let's take a look here. And I am being drawn to the Angel Guide Oracle for you. So let's take a look here and see what the angel has for you. You have compassion coming in here. I like that beautiful green. All that heart chakra energy. And it says, your angels are wrapping a light of compassion around you at this time and guiding you to let go of conflict or the need to prove your point. The more you resist and fight, the unhappier and more drained you will be. Pointing out mistakes or mishaps or concentrating on the negative traits or actions of others or yourself will only hold you back. Don't let the unjust actions of others block your experience of joy and freedom. Take time to review where in your life you may be feeling held back or even consumed by frustration and anger, and ask your angels to shine their light upon you and the situation. The extended message for the card says, changing how you see yourself will help change how others see you. Angels are surrounding you at this time and encouraging you to see yourself through their loving and holy eyes. All of the ups and downs you have faced, all of the insecurities you have overcome, and all of the setbacks you have moved beyond are testament to your resilience and strength. So have compassion and respect for yourself. Angel wisdom is encouraging you to love and treat yourself the way you would love to be loved and treated by others. Then your own actions will be mirrored back to you by those around you. So ask your angel guide to help you be more compassionate towards yourself now. I like it. You deserve that love that you always want to give to everyone. So definitely, I love that message for you, Ms. Draw. So many, many blessings. All right, Princess Pinky, you are up next. And you know what is happening in your future spouse's life. So what's going on with them right now? What's going on in their life? You want to do a little peekaboo into what's their life? Let's see what they have going on here. Ooh, okay, they have some huge change happening right now, because the three of air, the three of swords, represents disappointment, heartbreak, so they have are coming out of this major disappointments that are happening. But the 10 of fire represents the 10 of wands. They had all this energy that they were investing into a bunch of different things, and they're just hitting all these disappointments where they're like, why am I even trying to have all this stuff, do all this stuff, and do all these things? And so they're learning a very important life lesson about where they want to invest their energy and what they don't want to invest their energy in, because of these. I feel like a third of it is about people that they've been investing in, trying to help and trying to turn their lives around, and you know and they're not responding to their desires to be who they want them to be. Like your future spouse is trying to make this person be this, and they're like, no, they're trying to make this person, trying to control people and have them be, because they know that their way, they're going to be the happiest life if they'll just listen to them. Well, they're tired of going, you know what? I'm feeding all this energy to a black hole, and maybe they don't even want to be what I want them to be. So let me just release them. And so he's releasing people, releasing expectations around things outside of their control. And what a huge life lesson for them. And that's great. You want them to learn that before they come to you, right? Try to change you. So hallelujah. We're glad that they're learning this before they meet up with you. So I like that for you, Princess Pinky. That's what Spirit wants you to know about them right now. So yay. All right. Next up is Manju. You'd like an ancestor message and guidance. Absolutely. Let's take a quick sip here. And if they do want tarot for you, so let's take a look here and see what the ancestor message and guidance they have for you. All right, these two and that one. All right. All right, yeah. So we see here you have the Six of Pentacles coming in here, which does represent this energy of, I call it my codependency awareness card. And it comes up a lot in readings because our current culture, I think, has been where we tend to get into this belief system or this rate of love exchange that's really out of balance when we're young, because parents are so busy, it seems, in our lives in the last several decades, where children have to like do extreme things to try to get attention. And so they have this out of balance way of looking at them, their worthiness. Like, I have to give 100 coins of love to deserve 1 coin back. And we don't know any better. We just go, that must be the way it is. And it sinks down into our subconscious, and it impacts our life going forward until we bring it into the consciousness and realize, okay, that is not the way that is healthy. 1-to-1 coin is the healthy rate of exchange. And so when you look back to go, who was it that I was trying to please so much? It could be a parent, it could be a grandparent, it could be a coach, a teacher, whoever. You just really look at it and you bring it from the subconscious to the conscious, and then you're able to correct that, edit it, and take away the zeros to make it 1-to-1, and then save, and it goes down into your subconscious. And then you can have these healthy, equal give and receive relationships instead of this over giving where you don't allow people to give to you, because those don't end up so well. You end up exhausted and resentful, and they end up going and giving to everyone else. That's why we're resentful. And they'll be friends and family and affairs and workaholics or whatever, wherever they invest all that energy that we wanted them to give to us in our slow timing, 1 coin at a time. So it does change things for the better for you. And that's what your ancestors are wanting to bring in, because they also have the Empress card, which is about abundance, and it's about Mother Nature, Mother Nurture. And they want you to nurture yourself now and allow yourself to dive into that so you can really see and understand where that out of balance worth and that out of balance giving and receiving is. Because you do end up here with this King of Fire, which does represent your higher self on one side of things, where it's you connecting to this beautiful, powerful, supernatural, eternal spirit being that you are, that's made of unconditional love. And you step into your power and you realize the love that you deserve, you find within you, one. But there also, what eventually comes your way is a King of Fire, is someone that is a very fiery personality, very passionate, very loving, and very giving. And it's not going to help if you won't allow them to give to you, because that will not fare well, right? If you tell a giver, don't give to me, it's a huge, huge major rejection. So I like this for you, Manju. That is the message for you right now. So many, many blessings to you. All right. So we're continuing going down the list. We're to high vibes. And you want to know any learning in the current situation? What guidance does Spirit have for you? What would they say that you can learn through this situation? Let's take a look here. Basically, they're tuning in with your higher self, going, now, why did you want this to happen for you? And we'll look here, right? So you do have the King of Water coming in, which rules over water, but also is given a portion of air. So this is balancing of heart and mind. So the learning that we have through here is kind of a dual message with that. One is that balancing our emotion and balancing our thoughts is a great way to um, make decisions, to make to step forward in things. But there also is this message that they're having here about the duality. There's a wonderful book, Dr. Joyce, is it Joyce? It's called Whole Brain Living, and it's an amazing book because it just so fits into these beliefs that um, our human side of us has two parts of our brain, the emotions and the mental. We actually also, that's the left side of the brain. The right side of the brain also, it's spiritual. It's our spiritual brain and our spiritual emotions, and they're all four different. And they all four, it's like four different characters in our head that look at things four different ways. And I feel like that this is a huge thing that's coming in here, is to realize the difference, that there is these two separate parts of our brain. They're two separates of our being that are here, our human self, our character, and the actor behind the character. So there's two of us, and this balancing coming in, realizing that. And it's like, why do I feel like I'm battling in my head all the time? Why do I feel like I'm battling in my heart all the time? Well, it's because there's a conditional world and an unconditional world, and they definitely are different. And so there's this working out of things. So the purpose, a lot of what you're going through for, is to really bring this clarity around, like, oh, that's why I feel like I'm going crazy sometimes, right? Not to be use an unpolitically correct word, but everyone knows what it means. And we have the Four of Air, the Four of Swords, which is peace of mind, which allows you to really connect. Usually they're sleeping on an Ace of Swords, which helps us connect to the capital teach roots of the higher realm, while cutting away some of the small teach roots that are rooted in those fears of losing conditional love, that human side of us. So you're gaining more information, seeing things from a heavenly perspective of unconditional, no conditions, to seeing all these opinions and all the supposed tos and the shoulds and the need tos and the have tos and the musts that have brought so much chaos into our lives, so much fear into our lives. That's why they feel like they're battling. But eventually, you're able to come into this beautiful partnership between both sides, because actually our higher side complements and fulfills what our lower side is really searching for, though it's been convinced to look out here into all the chaos, the chaotic storm that's out there. And you do have the Messenger of Fire, which is the Knight of Wands. It definitely is this passion. They search after the Ace of Wands. All knights have a quest, and this particular knight quest after the Ace of Wands, which shows you stepping into your power, and that you get to choose. Every moment is a choice between unconditional love and the fear of losing conditional love, both in what we're focusing our energy on, what emotional choices we're making, and what mental choices we're making. So a lot of what's going on in this situation is to show how much power you really have over your life. And whatever you're focusing on is what you're drawing in. And so if you're drawing in something that you're not wanting, then you're like, oh, okay, I'm going to adjust that. Be gentle with yourself. Don't go like, oh, I'm so stupid. I'm focusing on that. No, we come down here to experience all that. But if you're sick and tired of feeling sick and tired and dealing with that, you're like, you know what? I've had enough. It's like if you've had enough of a movie in a movie theater, you just get up and walk out. You start focusing your energy on what you do want to draw in, what you're grateful for in your life. And that transforms and changes your energy. So that is what they have for you right now. High vibes. So many blessings to you. Hopefully that helps out. All right, Mira, you'll be the next free reading coming up here. All right, very good. And so what does he like and dislike about you? All right, Mira, let's take a look here and see what comes through. Of course, when we're asking questions about what other people think about us, what they like and dislike, the reason why people like things about us is because they recognize something in us that they have in themselves. Also, on the flip coin, when they dislike something about us, it's because we're reminding of them of something that they have within themselves that they dislike. So, when we ask about what other people like and dislike about us, we're actually asking, what do they like and dislike about themselves? Something that you might consider looking into is, what do you like and dislike about them? Ooh, because that will tell you what you like and dislike about yourself. All right. So let's take a look here. So the thing that they like about you is the five of water that comes up here, which is that you feel what you want to feel. The five of water, represents, like, usually there's three spilt cups and then two other cups, which represents your power of emotional choice. But I feel like not that you wear your heart on your sleeve, but you're not afraid to cry. You're not afraid to, you're not afraid to share the emotions that you're feeling in the moment. You don't really suppress and repress a lot. You allow yourself to flow with emotion, which is great because that means you flow in beautiful ways with love, even if you flow with beautiful ways with fear, emotions, and sadness, and different things too. You allow yourself to feel, and they like that about you, right? Which is sometimes they will also, people will like things about us that they're afraid to express, even though they're feeling their feelings and they feel them. Maybe they don't outwardly express them, but because you outwardly express it, they like that about you because it's something they wish they could do, but they don't have the cojones yet to do it. They have some fears around it because they've been taught not to express emotion, and they wish that they could because they want to, but they're still afraid to. Which then brings what they dislike about you is the four fire, the wand energy, this joy, the celebration. Um, and this also is the wedding card. And so if you've expressed that you want to get married and you're looking forward to married life and da 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 da, I feel like they dislike that because of expectations, because of pressure, because of their past, because of their childhood, because of all that stuff. They're just like, it just feels like a very heavy weight that comes to them. So that is um, what I feel from that. Not that they like when you're expressing joy, but specifically I feel like it's around marriage and relationship, and this, like, oh, I'm so excited that if this happens, they're just like, oh, because it's relationships and marriages and stuff, just I feel like have a bad taste in their mouth. So that is what I feel they have for you, Mira. I know. What are you gonna do? What are you going to do? All right. So, CC Lindsay, you'll be the next free reading coming up, but I do have a donation. Hey, Spring, thank you so much for your donation. And good to see you. Advice from Spirit, actually, absolutely. I feel like we want to start off with these little Oracle of E. These are usually funny, and they kind of want to put you in a humorous mood to start off. Not that they're going to give you laughing gas to hurt you or anything. Wow. Sunshine, lollipops, and rainbows everywhere. I feel like are you moving to Kansas and then you're going to end up in the Wizard of Oz? I don't know. I have this feeling of the lollipop, the lollipop guild, right? I like it. So it says, you have every reason to skip, to hop, and to leap with joy. Optimism is the only reasonable choice because everything else is an illusion. Hope is the only thing that matters because it points to the inevitable. The glass is not only half full, as Psalms 23 says, it runneth over. So interesting. I like that for you. And then let's pull some tarot here. Hi, Nia. Thank you so much for your donation. You'll be up next. If you didn't put your question in the Cash App, pop it down below if you haven't already put your question, and then and I'll pull that when we get there. Let's take a look here. And I got all the Emerald City cards right here. There's more. Okay, there we go. So you got 2 and 1 and 2. All right. So your first 2 cards here, you got wish fulfillment card here. So wish upon a star. I love this excitement, this love, the rainbows. Yeah, the rainbows and the unicorns. And the strength card. What a beautiful card. Here's your human self. Here's your higher self. And this is about being on this wonderful journey. It's almost like, what is this, the Wizard of Oz? Here, don't they meet? I think they meet the Scarecrow first, right? But here's you and the lion, finding the courage that you've always had within you to go towards your dreams, right? I love it. But this definitely is your higher self and you joining hand in hand on this journey, following the yellow brick road to head off to your wish fulfillment here with the 9 of Cups that comes in here. Because here you are sleeping with the lion here. So love is, finding the true love, of course, is with your higher self here, you and your higher self. But this is also about emotional choice coming in here, that, you have these choices to make, and that within each moment, you definitely are able to choose either these beautiful emotions that are full of unconditional love and joy and, all of these things, right? This is one choice. And the other choice, of course, is that of fear of losing conditional love and all those wonderful, paths that take us to the flying monkeys and the Wicked Witch of the West. And it's still part of the adventure. I mean, how boring the movie Wizard of Oz would have been if there wasn't a wicked witch, if there wasn't a villain to experience it all, right? So I love that imagery that's coming in here, with these cards here, that it's important to have a fluid ebb and flow with life, and that we don't judge ourselves harshly for experiencing sadness or disappointment or anger or frustration or heartbreak or all those delicious emotions we came here to experience, because we can't experience those back home. That's just love and light and joy and a party. It is truly a land of sunshine, lollipops, and rainbows everywhere. you know um, it's a wonderful, wonderful place. We come here to experience the opposites so we can so fully more understand how amazing it is. It's like um, dating a real jerk and then You meet someone normal, and the normal person, which we call normal, um, the one that's not a jerk, you're just like, "You are wonderful," and they're like, "What?" It's like, it's just this, amazing, um, appreciation that comes in with the experiences that we have, and I kind of feel like that's what's coming in here. Because you have the Page of Air, which the Page of Air represents, it's a Page of Swords. It's new thought, new belief, new mindset, seeing things from a higher perspective, cutting away, small T truths and, those things to balance things out, to balance out the ebb and flow. So it does take us higher, and especially if we've experienced really low things, now we can really see the higher perspective and see things, in contrast. I always talk about this tapestry back here, which is, you know, all about contrast. It's beige and black, basically black and white, light and dark. If it was all beige, you wouldn't be able to see this design. If it was all dark, you wouldn't be able to see any of the design, right? And so because of the contrast and the difference, we get to see this beautiful character that we are. And then everything else, just comes in. Like you said, it's all about perspective. We get to see things. And so I love this journey here, because here is your higher self. Here's the King of Fire, which, fire is wands. It's our drive, our ambition, our passion, our inspiration, our overall energy, and our spiritual energy. And so here we are connecting to ourself once again, which, we've got all over the place in here, right? So, definitely is this journey of just deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper relationship with, our higher self, just transforms everything in the outside world. Just like they're showing me the Wizard of Oz, it starts off black and white. And then when they go to Oz, it's suddenly it's like color, and it's amazing, and it is this transformation, which is okay. Sometimes, especially in our world, now where we have all this technicolor and everything else, sometimes when you see a black and white picture, it's beautiful, it's calming. It just allows your eyes to rest, right? It's not so busy and wild. Um, so, neither is right, neither is wrong. It's just this wonderful, um, you know, um, contrast. They just are different, and recognizing the difference between them both and enjoying them both for what they are. Something lately that Spirit's been comparing it to is like a cold pool and a hot tub. And the cool pool feels great during the summer. And so there's times of heat and stuff in our life where a nice briskness of a fear experience and, whatever feels good, right? And it's like, but then the sun sets and then it gets colder and like, oh, you know what? I'm gonna go over and jump in the hot tub. And then we're in the hot tub for a while, and I'm like, I feel like I'm a frog boiling slowly. I want to jump back into the pool for a little bit. And so there's this wonderful going back and forth kind of energy, this ebb and flow. And they're saying enjoy the ebb and flow, realizing there is this land of lollipops and rainbows and unicorns and everything else. But it doesn't, that's what home is like. And we came here to experience what it is like here. But we didn't come here just to experience that. And it's okay to feel it, and not to feel okay all the time, but to know that when we're done feeling not okay, that we could feel okay. That we're not trapped in feeling not okay. So, okay. hopefully, hopefully that helped for you right now. But that's what guidance they have for you right now. Thank you, LA. I am going to be doing a series, which will be like a podcast. So thank you for the confirmation. That's I just kind of decided that last night, and so this is a good affirmation. So thank you for that, LA. We will do that. All right, Spring. Again, thank you for your donation, and that's what they have for you right now. All right. So let me just, all right, there we go. So Nia, very good. Very good. All right, Nia, so you want to know why won't your ex leave your mind? Ooh, let's take a look here and see what does Spirit want you to know around this ex. Why won't they get out of your head? Let's see what else. Anything else? All right. All right. So let's take a look here. So you have this one and these two, and this one and this one. Okay. Well, the good news is with this Eight of Pentacles, this Eight of Earth coming in here, this is things are about to move, things are about to change in the outside world, right? And I feel like one of the big reasons why you can't get them out of your head, because they can't force themselves in your head, of course, right? So it's us. Why am I attached to them? Why won't I let them release them from my mind? Well, the Eight of Earth represents, you've been doing work, you've been working on things, you're trying to do this, but there's just some fears that are related there. And I do feel like there's this change about to happen here. You're about to dive deep into what are you fearing around this releasing them? What are you afraid of will happen if you let them go? If you truly release them from your mind, from your heart, and forgive them. Yeek, I know. It's an ugly word, but forgiveness is not about letting anyone get away with anything, not about, you know, uh, giving them permission to do something to us again, right? Forgiveness is about um, realizing that I no longer want to be a vessel of pain because of someone else's actions or words. I get to release myself by forgiving the person, not the act. I'm releasing them from the wrath. I'm releasing them from the judgment. I'm releasing myself from the wrath and the judgment. And I'm going to face my fear and I'm going to see what is it that I don't want to, um, face my fear. Is it that I won't find love again? You'll find love again. Trust me. Will we find love again like them? In ways, yeah, because but we have the same type of love out there. It's all conditional, right? So you're going to find love again. In fact, the first time that our heart is broken, we're afraid, I'll never find love again. And the second time we find love and it ends, and we're like, I'll never find love again. And then the third time you find love and you lose it, and you're like, I'm going to find love again, ain't I? And so there is this journey, and things are about to switch and things are about to change because you're really going to find out this in here. You have the Tower card, which you're learning this balancing energy that's going to be happening here, that's going to tilt the the scales within you, because you're going to realize with the Tower that everything, when people don't leave us, people are moved out of our life on purpose, for a purpose, to make space for something new that's more in alignment with what our soul wants for us, and also to clear things out of our path to allow us to move forward in a direction that's more in alignment with what our heart feels it truly deserves. Even though our mind might have gone like, this person is the best I can do, and I'm afraid I'm not going to find anyone else. And your heart is like, nope, I know better. We've learned what we needed to learn, and now we're moving forward, which is what comes in with this beautiful Queen of Fire, the Queen of Wands. This is you standing in your power, knowing that you get to put your energy in a direction that's more in alignment with your heart. And she also has a beautiful connection to the spirit world, trusting your true heart, trusting your intuition and your gut. That's going to take you in a direction that is in alignment with your higher um, purpose, your higher experience that your soul wants, which the human, we're on a need to know basis, and often our higher self feels we don't need to know, and but we can trust it. That it's always that's what the Tower card tells us. We can trust that everything in our life that unfolds does happen for us, even when we can't see it yet. And then you have the Seven of Earth, which the Seven of Earth is about um, moving on. We waited. The last thing that grows on the fruit tree is the fruit that came from your relationship. Not, not what you wanted, not what is in store for you. And now you're making a change of direction and you are heading off somewhere else. So that is what's going on here. That's why that there's this you can't get them out of your mind is a lot to do with some fears of that you won't find someone and that it was meant to be, and it was meant to be, but not for forever. It was meant to be just for now, so that you could see what you needed to see about yourself. And now that this tower is being removed, this thing, relationship, this person's removed out of your life on purpose, now you can go, now why, not so much why did this happen to me, but you can convert it to why did this happen for me? What did I want to learn and where am I headed? So that is what's coming for you, Nia. So thank you again for your donation. Many blessings to you. Hang in there. I know those are fun. Relationships are probably the hardest, if not definitely in the top three hardest classrooms that we experience here. So many, many blessings to you. All righty. And I believe we left off with CC Lindsay. You're the next free reading that is coming up here. And I'm quite a bit past my top of my first hour. I usually like to throw in just a quick public service announcement to let everyone know that has come in just how this works with these readings. I'm usually in for 2 hours, so I'll be on for about 45 more minutes. And I do go down in order, first come, first serve for the free readings. But as you probably just witnessed, when someone makes a donation, I do honor that energy exchange. I step out of the free readings. I complete those. I go a little deeper into those than I do the free readings, just to honor that energy. And then I jump back in and continue moving down the list. Usually 1 or 2 cards for the free readings, so I can try to get through as many as I can. When I get back lately, Ben, when I get to the last 15 minutes or so, I go into super lightning round mode where I just pick 1 card for the remaining ones to see how many I can get through. But if you're wanting to, like I said, make sure I get to your reading and go more in depth, a donation of any kind, I do accept that and honor that. So that's been your public service message. So back to your regular scheduled program after I take a drink. All right. So, Lindsay, what are Ken's true feelings and intentions towards you currently? All right, let's take a look here. So I feel like they're kind of battling some expectations they have here. The Nine of Air, the Nine of Swords is called the Nightmare or Insomnia card, which means they've got a lot of expectations around what partnership means and things like that. You have the divine counterparts here, the Queen of Earth and the King of Earth. So they definitely have a lot of these rules, the supposed tos, the shoulds, the need tos, the have tos, the musts that they're working through, because I feel like that with both of these coming up here, they feel like 2 people have to be so much alike in order to get along, that this is what they're battling with, because I don't think you guys are. And so they're like fighting, going, why? And so this is really taking a lot of their energy, a lot of thinking around feelings and intentions, because this is the barrier they have to break through. Because if this is like the poster, the poster children of what a relationship is supposed to be for them, they're never going to be in a relationship, because no 2 people are ever that much alike, right? But I feel like this is what they're working through. They're just really Um, they like so many things about you. I feel like, especially with the Queen of Earth, would be representing you in their scenario. You're very nurturing. You're very sensual. I have to say, that's what they see. And that, but you're very much compassionate and a giver is how they perceive you. And they feel themselves like, I'm supposed to be this, you know, person who brings in security and foundation and blah 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 blah. But I feel like you're compassionate and you're nurturing, but I don't feel like you're this little you know, like a happy homemaker type of individual. I feel like you are strong. You don't fit that stereotype. That you've had to be. I feel like you've had to be like mother and father to either children or your brothers and sisters or somewhere where you had to be like the king and the queen. And so I feel like that's what kind of throws them off. They see you as so strong, but you don't meet that stereotype that they're looking for, what they've been told they're supposed to look for. And so there's a lot of this going on inside of them. I feel like they're just confused about what, but I've been told this, but I like this, but I've been told this, but I like this. But it just like, it's almost like they're watching a tennis match going back and forth and they're dizzy from doing it. But that's what I feel is kind of going on with them, Lindsay. So that is what they have for you right now. So many blessings to you. All right. No, Mark, I haven't got down to you yet. It looks like you're about 3 or 4 away. All right. So Sagittarius, 21, like a general love reading. So let's take a look here and see what Spirit would like you to know generally about love. Well, it looks like you're about to go on a voyage because you got the Three of Fire, the Three of Wands, and the World card. So the Three of Fire, the Three of Wands does represent that you are changing direction on love. Like the World card represents ending of old cycles and the beginning of a new adventure. It's the last card in the major arcana. Then you head off into the Fool card, which is looking at a journey without a lot of rules and direction around it, which is the change of direction, the ending of a cycle of trying to control a lot of things around love. And this journey is this change of direction that you're going here. So I feel like love is taking a change of direction, that when you did what you've always done, you get what you always got. And if we continue to do the same thing and expect a different result, that is what a certain very intelligent father of psychiatry calls insanity. And I feel like you've realized that. And you're like, I've done it. Was it Freud? I think it was Freud. But anyway, it's like, I'm tired of getting what I always got. So I know I need to change things. And you are changing things. You're releasing old ways of thinking and moving into new ways of thinking. And if you haven't yet, I feel like you will be, because you are sick and tired of getting what you've gotten, right? So I like that for you, because it is questioning your fears around the fears of losing conditional love and all these opinions that you had growing up. And you're like, all right. And really looking at relationships that you experienced growing up too. And you're just like, I don't want that. So you created a lot of rules around not getting that, but then you drew it in anyway, right? And so it's like, okay, I'm getting rid of all this energy. I'm cleaning house when it comes to my rules around love. And I feel like you're going to go on this new adventure. Maybe you're going to go on a cruise. Are you going on a singles cruise? I'm just kidding. But that's what they have for you, Sagittarius. So many blessings for you. All right. All right. So Daisy, you are up next for the next reading. And what does Spirit want you to know while you're on spring break? Starts in a day now and ready to take a nap. All right. I hear you. You are going to rest, right? I think I did answer that question last night too. I think you asked it last night, and I did get through everyone's. So Daisy, if you want to check that out. I'll see what else they want to add into here, unless it was someone else asking about spring break. But ooh, look, you got a little temptation going on in spring break here, which is actually Saturn kind of shadow energy, and the Queen of Water, which is about diving deep into your emotions. I feel like what Spirit wants you to know while you're on spring break is definitely trust your intuition, trust your gut, trust your spidey sense, because the shadow card here, the Devil card, the Temptation card, does represent Saturn energy, which is the shaking and rattling and rolling of your, um, your thoughts and beliefs and mindsets around things. So I feel like there's going to be this shaking up of I feel like the spring break, if you don't follow your heart, you're going to be led into these situations that are, even though you're taking a spring break from school, it's a different type of school. You're going to learn a lot of hard lessons around your thoughts and beliefs and mindsets around things. And I feel like they're like, we really want you to rest during this spring break. So trust your gut, trust your heart, trust your instinct, listen to that intuition, listen to spirit, because they're going to have you avoid a lot of drama so that you can rest and rejuvenate and regenerate. So I really like that for you. So, or if you're like, I'm full of energy and I'm ready for more lessons, then it's totally up to you. There's no right or wrong decision to make, but they're just letting you know, if you want to, have a non-dramatic spring break full of rest and relaxation and recharge, we'll guide you. Otherwise, enjoy. We'll pick you up, off the floor at the end of it and bring you back to school. So that's what they have for you, Daisy. Have a great spring break. All right. So we'll continue moving down the list here. All right. So Hogwarts. And I think I did answer this one last night too, Hogwarts. I think you were my last reading last night. And they're showing me that it had to do with energy. Like whatever you focus on is what grows and expands. And so if you change where you're focusing your energy, then things will alter. Things will, if we focus on fear, if we focus on what's in our life that we don't want, we actually draw it more to us. When we don't give it attention and we begin to look at what we do want in our life, gratitude for what is, that grows and that expands, and this just diminishes and it falls away. Because you have the Ace of Air coming in here, which is the Ace of Swords, which is about seeing things from a higher perspective, focusing on unconditional love, allows you to cut away your fears. And then you have the 3 and the 4 of water. Joy, 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 and spirit, and then emotional stability. So I really feel like they're saying here, and all this beautiful energy here, but there's this how you find your emotional stability around the situation is focusing on joy, and that's what we were talking about here, and connecting to the higher places, which when we look at the higher vibration, that higher vibration is of unconditional love and joy and peace and laughter and gratitude and bliss. And so I feel like it's focus your energy on what you do want in your life, and then they'll drift away. They'll have nothing tying them to you, because you'll be cutting that energy attachment to them. But the more we focus on, I want them to stop, I want them to stop, we're drawing them to us, instead of like, I'm grateful for, my life and for this and for that and this, and I'm going to focus all my energy on this stuff. It'll take care of that. Of course, as we always say, when it comes to tarot, it should never replace, if you truly are feeling like you're in danger, then Of course, seek professionals like the police and other um, licensed professionals for those things. Tarot is meant for entertainment purposes, and we are always need to make the decisions for ourselves that we feel are best. So, if there is something dangerous with that, then definitely go to the police. So that's what we have for you, Hogwarts. So hang in there. Much love to you. All right, Morgan the Void, we are to you right now. So let us continue moving down here. And you want to know, what messages do your angels have for you today? You are very welcome. And I do have an angel guide oracle. So let's take a look here and see what they have here. All right. They have ask and receive. Beautiful, beautiful card there. Maybe it'll focus a little better, but you can kind of see it there. And let's see what comes in here. So, your angel guide wants you to know that help is available. You're being encouraged to shift your perceptions and recognize that even in the most difficult of circumstances, a miracle is possible. Whatever miracle you need, it is available to you now. And your angel guide is encouraging you to recognize that you may have been blocking support by saying no to the things you wanted to say yes to, and asking you to change that now. When you begin to say yes to the experiences that light you up, you usher increased levels of support into your life. You may feel that your prayers aren't being heard, but this isn't true. Angels have heard you and are suggesting you take time to assess where in your work or relationships you may be creating barriers to success. When you are open to seeing and doing things differently, you will experience the answers and miracles you need. You're being encouraged to pray from a space of gratitude now. And when you focus on what you are grateful for, you align your energy with the miraculous. Heaven is encouraging you to welcome support in all areas of your life. I like it. Ask and receive. It is available to you. So I like it for you, Mark. So that's what they have for you today. So many blessings. All right. So continue moving down the list. And LA, we are to you. So, what is your life purpose and what are the good traits that you have to share? All right, let's take a look here. See what Spirit wants you to know. All right, do want that one there. What else? Those two. All right. So, let's take a look here. These will be your traits, and this is what your life purpose is. So, the 10 of air here represents the 10 of swords. The 10 of Swords is the transformation of helping people move from a place of fear, a place of restriction, a place of feeling, like trapped and imprisoned, to this freedom, feeling free of expectation, free of supposed to be's and should be's and need to be's and have to be's. So there is this freedom that comes in here because the 10 of Swords normally has someone like is laid down on the ground with 10 swords stuck in their back, which represents that they're exhausted trying to live up to all of these rules and expectations, trying to make everyone happy in the world, right? And so there is this helping people be free from this, like I said, these restrictiveness and all these fears that they've been implanted in their lives, these fears of losing conditional love. So, really, this energy of freedom that comes in here, helping people find their truth and step away from other people's small t truths, these opinions they've been given all their life. Um, and I like this. I mean, the good traits that you have to share are both earth based, which is grounding energy. It really, you help people get grounded. The seven of earth, the seven of pentacles, represents movement. When fruit doesn't, um, the fruit that comes from whatever is planted, when it doesn't satisfy, I feel like um, one of the traits that you have is like you're like, I know when something isn't good. It isn't matching what I'm wanting, and I'm um, okay with changing. I won't um, like it's not like you give up easy. It's just like when it's time, going, no, 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 this isn't for me. I'm ready to go. And this is something that can help with this life purpose, like how you can help people is you help them realize when enough is enough, when change, um, when it's appropriate for change to be made now. In fact, it's like that fruit is kind of rotten. It's time to change. You're like nudging them. And I feel like that. And the Four of Earth is very grand. It's very stable outside world. So, it is something that we learn that the outside world is very unstable, relationships, situations, and things. Outside world, constantly changing. People like relationships, people pass away, they walk away, they change. So relationships are not stable. The education, jobs, situations we can get in, always changing, not stable. And of course, things, our bodies, our bank accounts, possessions, all of that breaks down, deteriorates, blows up, burns down, stolen. And so we learn with through the Four of Pentacles that the outside world is unstable, and we turn inward and upward to find the only thing that is, which is the unconditional, eternal love of up above. Eternal, never ending, is pretty stable, and unconditional, no conditions, you can never lose it, pretty stable. So I feel like the foundation, one of the traits that you have is I feel like you're in the process of learning this one, really grounding it. But I feel like this grounding energy that you have are positive traits that you can help people ground themselves through um, through the knowledge and the wisdom of your experiences. And it helps with them overcoming that, with that life purpose, which is freedom, helping people be free. It could be free from addictions. It can be free from abusive situations. It could just be free from, you know, wanting to end their lives. I mean, there's so many different ways that those things can take you to extremes. So you will know how you uniquely want to do that and share that with the world. So that's what they have for you, LA. Many blessings. And thank you for keeping people up to date on where I'm at. I appreciate that. All right, so continue moving down the list here. And we are to, I think, make sure I didn't skip anybody in between. Christy Bivens. Hey, hey. Another Aquarius. What are all these Aquarius out here? So what are the Aquarius's feelings for you? Let me take a quick sip here. So what are Aquarius's feelings for you, Christy? All right. All right. I think the last Aquarius reading, I think we got a patience card for them too. Try to scroll up and see who the other Aquarius person was and make sure you guys aren't dating the same one. Because this card came out for them too, I believe. And the Six of Water is different from the other one, which is good. So the Six of Water represents, it's the Six of Cups, nostalgia, reflections from the past. And I feel like the feelings that they have, and we'll talk about the patience card, which is, this is normally the I totally went blank, but it's the going back and forth type of it is patience, but it's this alchemical process of going back and forth between two cups, which allows this transformation, this change that's happening. And I feel like that their feelings for you, the of water tells me that there is mutual emotions, like 3 cups on each side would represent that it's mutual emotion, that a lot of similar feelings for each other, but there's something about the past that you remind them of something from the past in a positive way. And with this card here, where they're transforming things, it's like changing a certain metal into gold, that they're wanting to transform this and they're wanting to see how things unfold. I don't feel like they have these specific um, intentions of like, this is exactly what I want it to do. I feel like they have some old emotions that are triggered by you, and that there's this, there are emotions there, but they're wanting to just see and allow things to unfold. And that's very Aquarius. Aquarians usually don't like a whole lot of structure and rules, except their own. And so they want it to flow in a way that feels free and overflowing with not a lot of restriction. And I feel like that's what's going on here with this too, with that. So that is what they have for you right now, Christy. So I know you're like, well, Aquarians are weird. What are you going to say? That's how it unfolds. All right. So that is what they have. Hey, Preeti, good morning. Good morning to you. And let's see, where are we at here? So we got a few more minutes before I start my round. So, Sunshine, you want to know anything that you need to know from Spirit? Let's take a look here. Well, yep. So you definitely have this, the Three of Pentacles. I'm sorry, the Three of Pentacles and the Three of Fire, the Three of Wands. This is about you staying true to yourself and not getting swayed off the path. And that this is you actually changing direction on a dream. Like the the Nine of Water, the Nine of Cups is like wish fulfillment, dreams come true. But I feel like this is you standing up for what your dream is, and that you are getting this nudge from Spirit to change the direction that's more in alignment with your dream, not trying to live up to someone else's dream and doing what they feel you should do because you're afraid of losing people's support or getting rejected or having people get mad or disappointed, whatever it may be. It's like Spirit saying, you know what? Who's going to live your life if you're not going to? You're going to live someone else's life? No. If someone has a dream and they want you to do it, let them go do it. You go live your dream because this is your life to live. And Spirit's wanting you to change this direction. You go do and go live your dream and allow yourself to do it. So I like that nudge for you there. All right. That's what they have for you. And that's for Sunshine. And then Doll Face Diva, you'd like a general for the weekend. So let's take a look here. I like it for you. You do have an abundant type of feeling weekend here with the 10 of Earth, the 10 of Pentacles. But I also feel like with the Hierophant, which is you diving into your truth, your capital T truth, what do you want? What do, who do you want to be? The Hierophant calls you to that. And the 10 of Pentacles is about abundance and overflowingness, but it can be endings and new beginnings too. I feel like you're at this kind of pivotal point that it's like, what do you want to do? If you're not sure and you want this, you're the fear of not having an abundant, overflowing outside world is holding you back. Dive deep in here because once you find your passion, your whole definition of abundance and victory and all of that changes. What success means changes within you too. So I feel like the weekend, they're like saying, you know what? There's a lot of stuff in the outside world that is drawing you out there, but it's like a weekend, almost like they're calling you to spend some time to yourself, really contemplating what that dream is and what you're really wanting to do. Who do you really want to be and what do you really want to do with your life without fear, without all those fears and all this blah, blah, blah in your ear and all these restrictions of, well, I couldn't do that. Even if I wanted to, there's all this stuff that would keep me from it. It's like without any obstacles, what would be your dream? Who would you want to be and what would you want to do? And that's what they want you to look at. So that is what they have for you, Dollface Diva. So many, many blessings to you. All right, and we are to Angelina. So I am 15 minutes away from 9 o'clock here. So this is where I'm going to start my lightning round to try to get through as many, at least get as many one-card answers for you. They're going to be faster than normal. I'm going to try to get through as many of these as I can so I can try to get as many messages in for you. But if you want me to go deeper and you want to make sure I get to yours, a donation of any kind will, of course, I will honor that energy exchange and complete those. For those of you, real quick here, for anyone heads out, I just want to make sure everyone is aware I am celebrating reaching 1,500 YouTube for subscribing. And the next drawing on next Monday is going to be for a 1-hour person recorded reading and 5 15-minute person recorded readings. I'm going to do that for the next 3 Mondays. So this one drawing is for next Monday, and then I'll put out another video on Tuesday for the Fun Monday, and then Tuesday for the Fun Monday. So if you're interested in getting into that, check that out. All right. And then if you guys want deeper, also additional messages, check out my playlist. Yeah, playlists. I have a ton of pick-a-card readings and monthly readings for each individual zodiac sign. So if you want some more in-depth messages, follow your heart and spirit will guide you. Those are, usually 15, 20, 30-minute messages there as well. And then here comes the weekend. I will be on twice a day, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, 11 a.m. Mountain time in the morning and 7 p.m. Mountain time in the evening. So I'll be here quite a bit the next 3 days too. So that is the information there for you. And yay, thank you so much. I'm so grateful. I just am constantly blown away. So let me find out where I was at here. Angelina. So we are going into lightning round mode. So you wanted divine guidance, Angelina. So let's take a look here. All right, there it is. And you have the Empress card, which is a great card to get. It is about new birth, new things coming your way, but I really feel an energy here of Mother Nature, Mother Nurture. It's a time for you. It's time for you to focus on you, give yourself the love, give yourself the attention, try not to allow others to restrict you. And that's what happens with the number 3. It's creativity. Allow yourself to express yourself and flow. Number 4 and number 5 that come after here are the Emperor and the Hierophant, which can also be about restrictiveness, rules and laws, expectations. So this is about getting out into nature if you can, get away from all the chaos and just really focus on you. Give yourself some nurturing. And so that's what they have for you right now, Angelina. All right, Maysay, you are up. So you would like to know, how does a Libra feel about you romantically? All right, let's take a look here. All right. So we have the 8 of Air, which is the 8 of Swords. And what this means is they're doing a lot of thinking about their own thoughts and their beliefs and their mindsets that have made them feel restricted and trapped and just bound in the past. So I feel like with they have a lot of thinking, which a Libra makes sense. They're in their head, they're an air sign. So they're thinking about things. They're thinking about what in the past has kept them kind of restricted from love and restricted from experiencing things. And so they're in their head contemplating, which the 8 is a good number because that means they're learning and they're ready to move on from it here. So you're bound to get some movement around it. They obviously wouldn't have a lot on their mind if they didn't have romantic feelings for you, because they'd just be like, think about something else. But they have these a lot of thinking going on about what they need to release from their thoughts, the fears of losing conditional love. So they obviously have had some heartbreak in the past, which they created rules around. Now they're contemplating, well, these rules are keeping me trapped. Like I can't get through out of this cage, this fence. I can't get through it to get to someone that I want to express this to. And so they're working on dismantling the fence, if that makes sense. So that's what they have for you, my say. Many, many blessings to you. All right. Lovely me. Want to know who's coming towards you in love for the rest of March? All right, let's see what the Spirit have for you here. All right. Wow, another 8. So you do have the 8 of fire, which is a lot of passionate energy coming forward, and it can also represent spirit. So on one hand, you have spirit coming to you with a lot of different love. It's unconditional love. So be aware, you might have a lot of messages coming from the other side. Both your angels, your guardian angels, your spirit guides, loved ones that are on the other side, ancestors. You might have a ton of the physical world, the mental, emotional, just a lot of messages from spirit. But in the physical world, you do have someone, it could be a fire sign. They're very passionate, very energetic, very much on fire. So, the only thing I usually caution, which spirit is cautioning, is when everyone has that much fire energy, it would be like a sparkler, is how they always compare it. It's like, you have those little sparklers. It's a little sticky light, and it's all psst, and it's pretty. Oh my god! Oh my gosh! It's so bright. It's so pretty. It's all psst, and then it's done. And it's like, oh, and then it's gone. So they just caution that with this love that comes in, this passion, it's not so much love as it is passion, interest, attraction. So they do come in fast and furious, and just do with it what you will. Do you want a sparkler and be done with it? Do you want a forest fire that just comes through and consumes and it's gone? Or do you want or do you want something that's more managed and it's more of like a little fire pit that keeps you warm and you enjoy it for a very, very long time? It's not something that's over. So that's what they are bringing in there for you. So many blessings for you. All right. And I think we are down to Ms. P. You'd love to know about your week ahead. Any positive changes? Let's take a look here. Well, you got the 3 of Swords, which would be kind of the opposite of that, if you want to look at it that way, because this is the heartbreak. It's usually a huge heart with 3 swords stuck in it, which represents expectations equal disappointment. And so Spirit is basically saying that, you could have a week of positive changes if you let expectations go. If you just enjoy it for what it is and have gratitude in each moment, and just it brings different energy in. When we focus on what we don't have and what we want and aren't getting, it just expands, and there's this heartbreak and this disappointment, and but we can choose differently in each one. So with this coming in, it's like you can choose if you want to experience that. Then have all these expectations of who people are supposed to be and should be and need to be, and how situations are supposed to be, should be, need to be. And when they don't, you can just, what do they say? Wallow in the quagmire of my despair. If that's what you're wanting to feel, there's nothing wrong with it. There's no judgment. We come down here to experience it. But if you want to, do it. But if you don't have to either, you can focus on gratitude and love and unconditional love and bliss and peace and laughter and have a completely different week. So I like that for you. So that is what they have for you, Ms. P. All right. And we are to Srizanal. Q, your name is, and why have you lost important footage from your phone, and where or how can you find it? All right, let's take a look here. So you have the Four of Earth, which is about the balancing of the outside world, stable outside world. And this tells us that the outside world is unstable, and what we're truly looking for is within us. So I feel like why you've lost important footage is one is you realize how unstable the outside world is. Back it up, right? But this is saying that everything, relationships, situations, and things, it breaks down, it deteriorates, it's people change and walk away, everything in the outside world um, definitely is, you know, um, unstable. And so it shows us a wonderful lesson that the outside world is unstable. Phones are unstable. Things will disappear off of it, right? Where or how can you find it? I feel like they're saying that because the outside world is unstable, you back it up. Is there a backup? Does your cell phone provider have things backed up on a server somewhere? So you can check that out. That's what they have for you. All right. So that's the message right now for you. Many blessings to you. Cheery, you are up. So, angel message, please. Let's take a look here. What do angels want you to know right now? Well, you have the Ten of Fire, which does represent an ending and a new beginning around where you're investing your energy. And so, this is looking at things and going, you know what? What is important, not what's urgent. And it's time to cut away things. Instead of having 10 things that you're focusing your energy on, pick one. And that's the angel's messages. You're exhausting yourself, you're investing energy in too many different places, and you have one pitcher of water and you have 100 cups. Which cups are you going to fill up? And it's like, choose what's important, not what's urgent. Urgent things may not always be important. And that's what they want you to look at right now. So that's what they have for you, Cheery. So many blessings for you. And let me just continue going down here. All right. We answered that. We answered that. We answered that. All right. Okay. Appreciate your patience. I'm just moving it down here. All right. Very good, Zoe. Sorry, I'm just making sure I'm not missing anyone here. And Angelica G, if you are still here, pop your question down below because the free readings were still open. I just didn't get your message till now. Okay, very good. All right. All right. Brenda, hello. So what will be the outcome of your lawyers meeting together today? Uh-oh, let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know? Well, you have the Ace of Earth, the Ace of Pentacles, which is new abundance, new ways of looking at things, new ways of looking at your worth. So the Ace of Pentacles is a positive outcome that's here for you there. So I feel like it's going to turn out well. It's not the King of Pentacles or the Ten of Pentacles, which would normally be about the overly huge, abundance, oh, the riches, but that's what they have here. So it's going to be beneficial. There is a positive outcome from it. But I think what we had talked about before too was that it's balanced. It's not everything you wanted. It's not everything they wanted, but it's beneficial enough, right? And there's new abundance that comes in from this as well. So I like it for you. So that's what they have for you, Brenda. All right. You guys are very welcome. All right. Did that. And we are down to The final reading, creative arts. Hello, hello. So you're struggling, or Marshmallow Girl, you will be last. You can, yeah, go ahead and throw yours in there. You're struggling with what's going to happen with you and your love interest. Jay, you can't stop thinking about him. All right, let's take a look here. All right, so struggling with what's going to happen with you and your love interest. You can't stop thinking about them. Okay. All right, here we go. So let's see what we got here. Well, you got the temptation card. You do have the devil, the shadow card that's coming in here. Which this represents, it's your shadow coming in to really rattle your cage, to show you what kind of cage that you are in, because you don't realize you're in a cage. You don't realize that you have a lot of expectations around a relationship, a supposed to, a should, a need to, a have to, a musts around things, right? And we don't realize all these fears we have around losing conditional love that we've been fed all our lives, all these opinions, until our cage gets rattled and we realize that they're there. And so we'll have these situations that will continue to show up to show us. And that's what the shadow card, the Saturn energy, it's Capricorn energy too, that it shows us. It makes us do the work in questioning our thoughts and beliefs around things and go, how is it true? Is it really what, we question the fears that we have around losing conditional love, and we go, how true is it? Because we'll have the same type of individual, the same person do things over and over and over again to us, or, and I should say for us, or a lot of different people that are the same person in a different body doing things for us to show us what we want to see about ourselves, until we see it, until we see the fears that we have, and we see how we are, not, our lives won't be ruined, by someone not loving us, because we're realizing that doesn't have anything to do with me. My mom went through that, where when my dad had affairs and stuff, and they eventually divorced, like when I was like 16, 17, 18 years old. For decades, she thought that it was because she was making him unhappy, and that she wasn't worth anything and she wasn't worthy, because that's what we're taught, right? When other people do cheat on us, whatever, we are not worthy. It's like, no, I said, Mom, he went on to marry number two, number three, had other girlfriends and everything in between. Obviously, it wasn't all of you that were making him unhappy. He was unhappy on the inside. And so we have this change of things, that of how we perceive things. And that's what this temptation, this is what the Saturn energy does, is it shakes us to set you free, to realize the cage that you're in. So I know it's very tough, and it's very, especially when it's happening and it's raw, it's like we fear we'll never find love again. And I talk about this because I had like 5 longish term relationships, anywhere from a year to 3 years, what I considered long. But it's like the first one hurts so deep, right? They say the first cut is the deepest, right? The song. And then the second one hurts after you find love, because you fear you're not going to find love again. Something's wrong with you. And then you find love number 2. That doesn't work out. And you're like, oh, it means I'm not lovable and I'll never find love again. And then you meet number 3, and that doesn't work out. And it's like, oh, maybe that means I'm not lovable. And well, maybe I'll find love again. And then you find number 4, and that doesn't work out. And then you're just like, you know what? God, I think I'm going to find love again. It transforms and it changes over time. And I know it feels rough now, but just know that whatever's unfolding is unfolding for you, to show you what you want to see about yourself, until you see it. And then it will be worth it in the long run. So hang in there, creative arts. I know it's rough. So many blessings to you. And you will find love again. And then you'll be like, who? Oh, yeah, that was my ex. It happens. Trust me. Trust me, you will find love again. and you'll have learned, and you won't be the same person you are, and then you're going to be like, oh my gosh, your choices get better and better and better, more healthier for yourself. And you realize, oh my god, I can't believe I was with number one when you're with number two. Then with number three, you're like, oh my god, I can't believe I was with number two, or even number one. Oh my gosh, what was I thinking? And number four, you're like, oh my god, we evolve, we change, we grow. Our self-love grows too. You're very welcome, Creative Arts. Hang in there. All right, Marshmallow Girl. All right, Will A like the picture you sent to him. All right. Let's take a look here. Are you telling me that I'm a gentle soul before I answer your question? So I'm not mean? No, I'm just kidding. I am doing very well. All right, let's see what your card is here. Well, you have the Three of Fire, which is the Three of Wands, which is a change of direction. I feel like that, and the Three of Wands with change in direction is you initiating change. I feel like it's weird. I feel like they're not going to like it enough, if that makes sense. With whatever you sent to them, it's like they're like, yeah, no, 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 and you're like, you know what? You have a certain response you want from them, and you don't get it, and you're like, you know what? If you're not smart enough to recognize what a great picture that was, then you don't deserve me. It's kind of the attitude I feel like is coming through here. But that's what I feel. I like the confidence. I definitely like that. Yeah, I like that. Hogwarts. You're not a player, I promise. You can't help that you attract all these people, right? The flame attracts many moths. The flame is not to blame. I like it. All right. Well, that's what we have there. And so thank you guys so much for all your sense of humor, all your beautiful love energy, and especially your thirst of, searching after spirit, because I'm blown away all the time from there. Hey, Karen, let me grab you real quick here. Sure. Yeah. We'll squeeze you in here. I'm not too far over my time, so we'll get you in here, Karen. But I do appreciate all of you guys so much. I crack up at your responses, and I love your senses of humor. And wow, okay. Let me just refresh these, Karen. Nothing's coming out, which I know they have feelings for you. So it's not because of that. It's like, oh, no cards, no feelings. They're a sociopath. Run for your life. That's not a true reading. That was just a joke. Just to make sure. Okay, well, here you got two cards coming flying out here. So we have the Six of Cups here, the Six of Water, which does talk about it's usually the past, but I feel like this is a past life connection. I don't know if you feel the same way about him, but do you feel like you knew him before? Because that's usually what comes in here. And the star card represents Aquarian energy, but it's also about connecting to the stars, connecting to the higher self, and kind of wish fulfillment, and this kind of energy that's coming in here. And so I feel like there's this past life connection that's coming in, and that's why it feels like this is like almost like it's written in the stars type of energy around it. But it's not like a negative karmic thing that, there's some beliefs around karma, like, oh, you did him wrong and now he's here to do you wrong. Nothing like that at all. That's not the type of energy that spirit has around this past life. It's like you guys experienced a wonderful bond before in a past life. And that's here, it feels like you guys feel like you've known each other before. Um, and there's this energy that's there. So I like it. Just know that they're not going to be very forthcoming with their emotions. I feel like they have this Aquarian energy who they keep their emotions in little containers. I usually joke, I'm an Aquarius. uh, we keep our emotions in little Tupperware containers, and we have a special refrigerator in our heart where we keep them. All the emotions are there. We feel tons of emotion. We just keep them nicely organized and kept away. And sometimes you have to ask an Aquarian for their emotion, and we'll give it to you in a little Tupperware container, but we want the Tupperware container back. So yeah, I feel like there is this connection that they feel from the past, but I feel like their emotions, they just keep them under control and they keep them away. So there is an attraction there, but and I feel it feels otherworldly almost. Like they're like, I feel like I know him from somewhere. I've met him before, and that's the kind of energy I feel. If you're not feeling that, because I just really feel like there's such this past life connection that they're feeling here. But that's what they have. So I wouldn't expect them to come out and say it very soon at all, though. you know, not necessarily. It just means that there's this attraction from a past life, and you guys were meant to come across each other's path. But it doesn't mean that you're going to get into a relationship. It means you're going to interact, um, but it doesn't necessarily mean that there's going to be a relationship. It just shows that there is feeling there. There is this history from another lifetime ago, that brings you guys back across each other's past to experience different types of relationships and interactions. But I don't feel right now that relationship is pouring out of those cards. But that's what they have for you right now. So while you're waiting for everything to unfold, it's Spirit always says the biggest thing that you can do is work on your own self-love, because you cannot love others more than to the extent you love yourself, nor receive love from others more than to the extent you love yourself. So it's the win, 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 because that star card also represents connecting to your higher self, finding this inner love and expanding it, because then it expands your love where you can love, give and receive love more in the outside world too. So usually if there's like this pause kind of energy, that's what it's there for. All right, Karen. So thank you guys again so much. That is what we have for this evening. I will be back tomorrow morning, 11 a.m. Mountain Time. If you haven't checked away my giveaway playlist on my main page, do that, because there is a giveaway next Monday for an hour personal recorded reading, and also 5 15-minute personal recorded readings celebrating reaching 1,500 subscribers. So that is what we have. Again, thank you so much, LA, for keeping track, and glad you enjoyed it. Never any expectations. A lot of people say you should have monitors and all this stuff, and I'm like, I kind of like people helping each other out and not having a lot of rules. I'm Aquarius, not a lot of rules and and all of that. And so thank you for jumping in and helping out. You're welcome to do it anytime. Never any expectations. So, all right, everybody. I'm going to go ahead and close out this session. Thank you again so much for your love and support. And please know, as you're going throughout each and every second of every day of your life, that you are unconditionally loved by the Mother and the Father of all things. And of course, I love you guys too. So until I see you again, hang in there. Have a great rest of your evening or day, wherever you're out in the world. And we'll see you soon. Until then, much love. And you guys take care.